Hi, welcome to this 8 to 10 minute video that takes you through the process of entering data if you're a project funded organisation providing data into the Birmingham Culture Dataset. This login page has a few things that I'll point out to you before we get to the exciting stuff of the data entry. You shouldn't need to register as a new user because I'm fairly confident that we've set everybody up already. You might, however, have forgotten your password, so by clicking on this link and putting in your email address, you'll be sent a new one. And it would be worthwhile just having a quick read of this information because this indicates why Birmingham City Council are collecting it, who the data belongs to, and what may or may not happen to it. You'll also note that this is a secure site, and if you want more details about mycake.org, the company that provides this service to Birmingham, then you'll find various bits and pieces down here in terms of the legal information. You'll also find some contact details. But for now, let's press on and look at how the data entry works. You'll see up here a series of links. The My Overview will always bring you back to this page. The My Data will take you to your sets of forms. The results, unsurprisingly, will take you to results. The profile links you to this information so you can change things like email addresses and passwords. And the support page gives you a link to various contact numbers within Birmingham City Council. I'm not going to look at the Manage Projects bit for now, but we will come back to it later. I am going to quickly change the project back to the default, the first project that sits with this account. So the heart of the stuff in here sits in the forms. There are also some form libraries, so you can download a copy, and again more contact details here. And you might choose to add yourself to a variety of other groups if you're completing the rest of the culture benchmark. But for now, let's stick to the main form. Okay, so two sets of tabs along here. The compulsory set, these are the things that Birmingham City Council requires you to complete on a project by project basis. The optional set is because we're giving you a free version of the culture benchmark, the heart of which sits in the income and costs pages. This is a service that's usually charged for, and we've agreed with Birmingham that we'll give it away to everybody who is project and revenue funded within the Birmingham area. You'll note that here there's also a list of, not a list, an indication of what organisation or project we're working on, and also what the period is, just in case you get partway through this and forget which year you're looking at. This is a set of profile information. Once you've completed it for the first time, it will appear as pre-provided information on all other forms, so you only need to do that once. If there's a yellow box, fill it in, and it will calculate, where appropriate, the totals for you. So in this case, there are some drop-downs. Some of these are yes, no's, some of them are, and then some of them are free text entry here. The detail of the form that you're probably familiar with already, in most cases, is sitting in the rest of these four tabs here. So the project data, so you're picking the project theme and putting your project title in. And if you're uncertain as to what belongs in these yellow boxes, you'll see this white eye and a blue circle offers you a set of definitions. It's not there for everything. I mean, some of them are, let's hope, so self-explanatory that they don't need further explanation, but do go looking for those if you want a bit more detail. The participation, the depth of engagement stuff, and the equalities and human rights are all sitting on here. Next is the financials page, which you're familiar with the preparation of budgets, the original, the revised, and the actual. And again, you'll find here that as you put the numbers in, it will calculate the totals for you. I'll just put in some random numbers so that you can see how that works. That also means that things like the totals here will fill themselves in because, hey, why would you need to if we can get the form to do it for you? And also down the bottom, once you've got total income and total expenditure, it'll point out what the variance is, and you can use this as a double check to say, should there be any variance and is it right? So if I stick in 150 quid in here, that'll bring that variance down from 300 to 150. So fairly simple maths in there. The evaluation page, again, has a combination of drop-downs and free text entry. Because we need this figure to add up to 100%, you'll see that you're getting a little red message here until such time as it does, at which point it goes away. And you'll also find that we've got a longer definition here of advertising value equivalent and how to calculate that. And last but not least, the Our Service page that again you're fairly familiar with a free text entry in here. You'll note that these declarations have changed a little. So this is a declaration that says that you have the authority to provide the information. Because this is no longer a claim for final payment in and of itself in the submitting of this data, you'll see that this has changed somewhat, but again is the same kind of have you done these things checklist. So that's the kind of basic data entry, and as you will remember, you need to do this for each project. So because some organisations have funding for several projects during a year, this is the place in which you can manage the different projects. At the moment we've got two set up, so we've got the BCC test that is your kind of baseline and default, and we've set up a separate one which was a culture on your doorstep, and we've called it second project. My suggestion would be to put the funding stream letters in here and the title of your project so that you can see how your projects accrue over time. And so within this, if we then go back to my overview, you can then change projects here so that you can add in new forms. So you'll note that there isn't a 2014 form for the second project, and you might like to add one if you are funded for that as well. So there we are, that's a quick overview. In a separate video you'll find that we'll take you through how the results work. Meanwhile, enjoy. Thank you. Bye-bye.